Hello creatives, welcome back to my channel. My name is Diran, and in today's video I'll be taking you through a step-by-step process on how you can create this simple minimalist naming and dedication ceremony design with just your Android mobile phone. So the application that we are going to be using for this tutorial is called Pixel App and Photoshop CC. Now if you don't have this application, you can kindly go on Play Store and make sure you have them download inside your mobile phone. But again, I'm using a premium version of Pixel App, so if you are not really okay with the blue version of Pixel App found in Play Store and you really want to be using the version that I'm using, I'll make sure I drop that inside the description of this particular video, and also I'll drop all the resources used for this minimalist design inside the description of this video. And please, if you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe now so that YouTube will always notify you if I drop awesome tutorial. And if you are still old, I will encourage you to share my videos to your friends, to your family members, and to anybody that you know he or she wants this kind of content. Yeah, so without wasting much of our time, let's dive into this tutorial. So firstly, I'll just make sure I have normal. These are the layers. So I'll just clear everything so that you are going to be I'll be teaching you on how you can create all these stuffs that you are seeing on your screen from start right up to this point. Yeah, so I'll just first of all clear my workspace. Good job. So this is my workspace. So firstly, I'll go to my page, that is my page customization tool, to set up my background, that is to set up everything concerning my background. But let me first of all import the design as for reference. Okay, yeah, this is what we are going to be creating for this version of tutorial. So this is the design. Now if you study the design very well, you see that the background color used for this design is actually white. I use the background color, I use this solid color, and I also use gradient color for this particular design. So now how can we achieve this background color, which is white? How can we insert that inside our pixel app? Now you just go to your page customization tool. I also call it page setup tool because this is where you can actually set up the size of what you are working. This is where you can actually set up the size of your flyer. This is where you can actually set up the size of your banner, everything, poster and everything. So this is where you can actually set up the size, and this is where you can actually change the color of your page. I don't know if you get it. This is where you can actually do. You can call it page customization tool, or you can still call it the page setup tool. But for me, I love calling it page setup tool. So this is it here. You just click on it, then you click on color. Click on color. But before we set up our color, let's first of all set up the size of this simple minimalist design. Let's first of all set the size up, because you cannot be creating something that you don't know the size. Yeah, so let's set up our page size. Now for this particular tutorial, I use 1280 pixel by 1280 pixel, but you can also use 1080 by 1080. Yeah, so just click on your image size. Yeah, this is it for you. By default this is actually a square. You can use 1080 by 1080, and you can also use 1280 by 1280 pixel for this particular tutorial, and the aspect ratio is 1:1. So if you have everything, or if you have all these parameters set up like this, you just click on your OK. Now I'll just go to color to actually change the color of my page. So you just go to color. Now you click on solid color, because I used a solid white color for this design. So I'll just click color, then I'll maneuver to where I have the white color, then I'll just select it like that. Good job. So this is what we are having. This is how you can actually set up your page size when you are creating your own designs. Now if you see here, if you check very well on the design, you see that I used a model image of a child, and I also use kind of flowers to make the design more beautiful and attractive. So now let me import the model image. So I'll go to my import album, then I will select where I have I will open the folder where I have that particular model image. Now this is the model image, this is the original source. Let me import another version of this particular image, then I will just explain some before and after effect. Good job, good job, good job. Now you can see on the flyer, you see that the model image is more brighter than this, and this is the original image. Now on the flyer, you see that the model image is more brighter than this. That is, this is the before and this is the after. I don't know if you're understanding. The model image here is more brighter than this image, and this one is the original image. Now on this, if you study this very well, you see that on this model image, this particular let me show you something. Yeah, this particular portion of the design has been really brushed. So if you don't want to call it brush, you can say this particular portion of this model image has been faded to actually blend well with the background of your project. Yeah, so this is the before and this is the after. Now a lot of people in my WhatsApp community, they say they don't really know how to do this fading effect or how to do this brush effect using their Android smartphone. That's why this tutorial that's why you are watching this tutorial now, because in this tutorial I will teach you everything. That is, I'll solve all your questions, solve all your problems. Okay, so what I'm saying is that this model image has been faded. That is, if you check this portion of the model image, you see that it has been faded. So how can you really do that? Now this is the before. You see that on this original image, this particular portion of the design of the model image has not been faded. Why this? It has been faded. So how can you really achieve that using your mobile phone? But why on the original design, see that this has been faded and the quality has been retouched? How can you achieve all of that using your Pixel app? As I said, that's why you are watching this tutorial, because in this tutorial I'll teach you everything. So now the application that you are going to use for that effect is called Photoshop CC. So you just click on your Photoshop CC and wait for it to open. Yeah, Photoshop CC 2019. So this is the model image that I used, and I was able to apply this kind of effect. But let me just show you on how I was able to do that. So when you open your Photoshop CC, you click on this button, you click on it, then you take photo library. You just select your folder where you have your image, your model image inside of it. So for me, I have it inside my Pixel Lab folder. Yeah, this is Pixel Lab, so I'll just click and open. Yeah, I just wait for it for all the images to load. Okay, this is the original image, so you just click, then you take add. Good job. Now we have this is the original image. So now how can you really brush this portion of the model image? Because on this tutorial we are going to, like, I will teach you on how you can actually brush these sides of your image, and also how you can actually brush this other part, this portion on your model image. So to do that, just click on this this button here, this icon here, just click on it, then you take fade. Yeah, fade, you take fade. What did I say? You take fade. Now you see that there are various options on how you can actually fit, like on how you can actually brush your model image. Now if you click on this, if you click on this first one, you see that this said you can actually brush the downer portion of your model image while the upper portion will not be brushed off. So if you click on this other one, you see that this part of the design has been faded while this has not been faded. If you click on this is a kind of radial brush where you have all around that is all around the design is faded while the center of the model will not be faded. I don't know if you understand me, but you can also customize it yourself. Let's say you have this. Now you want to make sure that this portion of the design will be faded and or this other side will be faded while this and this, or this side and this side will not be faded. So how can you really customize that using your Android phone? So for you to customize that, you just take this way. Let's say you want to brush this particular side of our model image here. So you just click on this, click and drag this way, then you also drag this way. Good job. Then you customize it. Make sure you customize it very well, because I cannot really do like, and I cannot drag this way. Why? The reason is because if you take this way, you see that the mode the brush effect will be applied on the, like it will applied on this portion of the model image. I don't know if you're understanding. The brush effect will be applied on this portion of the model image, but our aim is that we should brush only this side of the design, because we cannot brush the original model image. Our result will not be that much realistic. So let me first of all brush these sides. Yeah, you just do something like this, then you click on your check mark, you come back again to fade, you click on check mark, you come back again, fade, then you just make sure you yeah you do something like this. It's really a time consuming process, but as a designer you really need to know how to work with stuff so that you should be able to achieve good result. So you just do something like this. Make sure you fit all this portion of your model image. So if you're okay with this, you just click OK. Now you come again, you take OK. The reason why we are doing this over and over is that the result should be more realistic. I don't know if you are getting me. The result should be more realistic. Yeah, so you just take your time and go through this process. Yeah, you click again on OK. Then you go back to your hand, fade. You can turn it this way. Yeah, it's really a time consuming process, but as a designer you need to do this. You really need to do this if your design really entails you to do if your design really entails you to do this, you need to do it. So you click on OK, come back again to your hand, fade. Make sure you take your time when you are brushing your model image. OK, come back again and OK. So this is what we are having. Now when you are done with brushing this portion of your model image, you have also brushed this, you can just click on your check mark, save. Now how can you really export this model image so that you can be able to use it inside your pixel app? This is what you are going to do. You just click on this icon here, you click on it, then you take save to gallery. After clicking on save to gallery, they say select project to be saved. Now you just select the project because you want this project to be saved in your gallery so that you can be able to import it inside your pixel lab working space. But now the extension here is JPEG. And for this tutorial, I don't want that this particular model image should be saved using JPEG. I'll go in for the PNG version. Now the difference between PNG and JPEG is that when you save this as a JPEG, it will be exported with a white background, and we don't want that. But in short, let me just show you something. I'll save it 2 times. The first time I'll use the JPEG version, and the second time I'll go in for the PNG. So click back to this, save or select the project, and now I'll go in for PNG. So as I earlier said, the difference between PNG is that for the PNG, and the difference between PNG and JPEG is that when you save something using JPEG, automatically you have that resource saved with a white background. I don't know if you understand it, but if you save it as a PNG, automatically PNG means zero background. That is, when you save that same resource, you will not have any background. But that will only work if the resource by default does not have any background. Okay, so I'll just select PNG and click on OK. Yeah, then I'll just go back to my, just hide this. Okay, now I'll go to import. So yeah, you see that this is the JPEG version of that particular image. Let me import the PNG so that you really see the difference. Okay, now you see that this is the PNG version of that particular image. So as I earlier said, if you save something with let's say you save a resource with JPEG. Now if by default the resource was a PNG resource, if you saved it using JPEG, that thing will automatically be saved with a white background by default. That's just what a JPEG does. Now if you save that particular resource using PNG, you see that that thing will, that is, there will be, you will save with zero background. The resource will be saved with zero background, that is no background. Yeah, so that's that for that. I'll just delete this and also delete that. Now this is our model image. This is our model image. This is our model image, and we have been able to apply this fading, this brush effect on this portion of the model image. So now how can you really increase the quality of this image using your pixel? Because if you check well on the original design, you see that this quality, this image has been the quality of this image has been increased. So how can you really achieve that effect using your pixel lab? So to achieve that effect, I'll just make a duplicate, then show you the before and the after. Now let's say, good job. Okay, let's say this is our before and we are going to use this for after. So I'll just click on this, then I'll go to color filters. I don't know if you are saying it, color filters. So you just click on color filters and you increase your saturation. Say this is what, yeah, if you take it to -100, automatically that particular model image will be converted into a black and white image. So let's say we have a default value of 0. Now how can you increase the quality of this image using your pixel lab? You just take your saturation, you give it, let's say a saturation, yeah, let's say a saturation of 9, then you increase your brightness a bit. Let's say just give it a brightness of 3. Then you go to your contrast, you can give it a contrast of, okay, let's give it a contrast of 6. So when you are done setting up this parameter, you just click on your okay. Now this is the before and this is the after. This is the after. This is the before and this is the after. So let me just delete the before because I'll be using the after. I'll be using this model image. So I'll just delete this. Good job, good job. We are progressing. So Now this is what you are having. This is what we are having. Now on the original design, you see that there are some flowers here, and this one has been blurred. Also this has been blurred, but this one has not been blurred. So how can you really achieve that blur effect using your smartphone? Because I dropped these resources today in my WhatsApp community for people to create, and many people, like I had 50 plus people who created this design, and 10 plus people who were not able to achieve this um flowers bled, who was not able to blend the flower. They told me they don't know how to really do that, and I told them I'll create a tutorial on how you can really do that. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Okay, this is the WhatsApp message, and this is my community. So this person actually did the job, but he was unable. I don't know if I should show you what he did. Okay, yeah, this is it. The person actually did the design, and he was unable to blur these resources. He was unable to blur the resources as seen on the original design. This is it here. I'm not able to make the flower blur. How can I do that? Yeah, this is why you are watching this video. This is why you are watching this video, because I will teach you everything on. And another person sent me a message. He actually I don't know if I will say it here. Okay, yeah, I'm sure this is the message from my WhatsApp community. So I have a WhatsApp community. If you are not a member, you can actually check inside the description of this video. Make sure the link is inside the description of this video, so you make sure you join my WhatsApp community. So this is the WhatsApp. As I earlier told you, my name is Diran, and I named my community as Diran Spark chat room, so you can actually uh, join Diran Spark chat room for resources and for design resources. I also have a Telegram channel. Now this is what I got from one of you inside my WhatsApp community, that may I have the name of this font please. Yeah, so this other person said he or she should try Montserrat. Yes, actually this person was correct, because I used Montserrat for the entire design. I used Montserrat for the entire design. So this person was confused on the kind of font that I used for this particular design. So another person said he should try Montserrat. Yeah, so let me just delay this and continue with what we're doing. So as I was talking about these flowers, now let me import. I'll just go to my album. I have all my resources saved inside my pixel app folder. Yeah, so this is the original source of the image. Now let me just import the blur version of this particular flash so that you see the difference, and I will still show you on how you can maneuver and achieve that same effect, that same blur effect. Okay, this is the blur version. I don't know if I should change it. Yeah, this is the blurred version, while this is the original image. So how can you really blur these stuffs as seen on the original design? You just go back to your same photo room, Photoshop CC. This is a Photoshop CC. You click on it. you click on it. After clicking on it, when you open your Photoshop CC, you click on this icon here with a plus sign. You click on this and take photo library. Then you just locate where you have your resources saved into that particular folder. So for me, I have my resources inside Pixel Lab folder, so I just click and open the Pixel Lab. Then yeah, so this is the flower. This is the original image which has not been blurred. So how can we blur this? You see that this has been blurred and also this has been blurred. So let's select this because this has not been blurred. Then you just take add. Good job. So this is your image. Now to actually blur this stuff, you just go to your FX in Photoshop means effect. So you just go to your FX, you click on FX, then you take Gaussian blur. What did I say? You take Gaussian blur. What did I say? You click on Gaussian blur. Now let's say you clicked on Gaussian blur and your strength of the Gaussian blur was on 0. So how can you really increase the strength? So this is how you can actually increase the strength. You see that if you check here, we have a blur strength of 0, so you can just increase it to make sure that the effect is more realistic. So I'll give it a blur strength of, let's say, if you give it a blur strength of 120, this is the result that you have. So but for this tutorial, I will give it a blur strength of, let's say, 15 or 13. Yeah, let's say I'm cool with 13, but let me just, yeah, let's say I'm cool with 10.7 blur strength. You just click on your OK to accept the effect, then you click on done, you click on save. Good job. So this is it here. Now how can you export this blur image? How can you export it? For you to export it, you just click on this this icon, click on it like that, then you take save to gallery. Now when you click on save to gallery, you select the project that you want to export, and make sure you change this. I have already explained the difference between JPEG and PNG. Make sure you change this extension to PNG because we don't want any background. So you click on OK. I've already changed it to PNG. Then you click on OK. You go back to your Pixel app. Yeah, good job. Let me import the blur version of that particular flower. So I'll just go to my import. Yeah, this is it here. You see there is no background, that's 0 background. This is it here. So that is how I was really able to achieve this blur effect when working on this particular project. So I'll just delay this. Yeah, I'll position this, let's say, somewhere there. Okay, so now if you check on the original, if you check very well on the original design, okay, now if you check well on the original design, you see that this flower here has been retouched. How can you retouch this using your pixel app? You just do the same, effect that we did on this model image. Now you click on it, then you go to color filters. You just increase your saturation a bit. Let's say give it a saturation of 9, a saturation strength of 9. Then you increase your brightness to, you just give it a brightness of 3, then a contrast of, let's say, 6, and you click on your OK. You are good to go. So now this is the blurred version of this. So you just position it here. Okay, I'll just struggle and rotate it again a bit as seen on the original design. Scale it down. Good job. So I'm cool with it. Then I'll just make a duplicate. I'll just make a duplicate, then I'll position this way, then I'll just struggle and scale it up again a bit, position it here, then send to back. Good job, good job. We are really progressing. Send to back. So this is what we are having. Now let's see on how we can, I don't know if I should, let me just lock this layer to avoid too much interruption when design. So I just click on it, then I'll go to my layer. I will close it here. Close, close, and close. Yeah, I've closed all the layers. So now let's see what we can create next. Okay, for me, I prefer we should create this rounded rectangle on this design. I prefer we should do it. So you just click on an empty work area, so that this when you click on an empty work area, you click on this, that is object tool, then you take shape. Now make sure, let me just go to the, let me just insert the color. Now if you check very well on the original design, you see that I use gradient color. I use a gradient and a solid color. Now what's the difference between gradient and solid color? Now solid color means one unique color, while gradient color means a mixture, a combination of 2 to infinity colors. That is, for gradient color you can have 2 color blends together, you can have 3 color blends together, you can have as many colors as you want using gradient. But for this I use a 2 gradient color, that is this color and this color. So how can you achieve that? I'll just go to my gradient. I'm sure I have it here. So yeah, this is it. This is actually the gradient color that I use. Now let me just share the color code with you. So when you click on gradient, you just click on this plus icon. Yeah, this is called stopper, color stopper, and color stopper. So how can you change the color on this color stopper? You just click on the stopper, then you click on color. After clicking on color, you click on this pen tool, you click on it. Yeah, this is where you can actually change your hex code. So for this color, this is the hex code. Now if you click on this and you don't have the same hex code with me, you can just erase yours like this, then you type in this for you to actually have the same color with me. Now the hex code is 7D0197. I repeat again, 7D0197. So after inserting this hex code, you just click on OK, OK, and OK. Now you click on this other color stopper, you click on it, then you click on color, you click on this erase pen, you click on it like that, and then this is your hex code. Now for this we have E3 0670. What did I say? E3 0670. So after customizing your hex code, you just click on your OK, OK, and OK. Now let's say you open your gradient interface and you do not really have this kind of effect where you have this color in the left hand side and you also have the second color in your right hand side. Let's say this is what you saw, or this is what you are having, or this is what you are having. In short, if you are having any kind of result which is not the same with mine, you can actually customize that using your mouse or using your fingers, if you are using your fingers, or if you are using your mouse to work on a project on pixel app. So let's say you have something like this. Yeah, you have something like this color is coming from this way and this other color is coming from this way. You can actually customize it yourself. So this is what we are going to do. Now click on this handle, position it this way, and you also click on this handle, position it this way. Yeah, I don't know if you understand. Yeah, make sure you just position it this way. Now if you like, when you open your gradient, you have this stopper this way. Yeah, right at the end of this color stopper wheel, let's say you have it this way, and you want to make sure that you have this stopper at this portion of the color stopper wheel, you can just click and drag. Yeah, make sure you position it somewhere here. Also, you can do the same effect here. You just click on the color stopper, then you drag and position it around here on the color stopper wheel. So when you are okay with this, you just click on OK. Now you can swap your colors here. You can use this and swap your colors. Yeah, then you can add more color stoppers using this plus icon. You can delete color stoppers using this delete icon. This one is to swap. So if you are okay with this, you just click on OK. Yeah, so this is what we are having. Now I'll just make sure I customize this. Okay, if you check well, you see that our project has been scattered. So how can you really solve this scatter project? Because this let me just open them up. Now this flyer was placed here, this was here, and this was here, but now the project has been scattered. So how can you really enroll back? Now for you to enroll back, you just click on this three dot icon. You take recover autosave. Yeah, you take recover autosave. Now these are the various time and dates where our project was okay. You see that during this time we had pixel lab scatter project. Even during these times, that's 4:47:19 a.m. we had pixel lab scatter project, and even on this we had pixel lab scatter project. So for me to recover it back, I'll just click on this time, that is 4:46:29 a.m. I'll click on it, then I'll take OK. Good job, we have restored it back. So I'll just go back to my shape to actually achieve this kind of effect, this rounded rectangle radius. I'll just go back to shape, then I'll do something like this. I'll go to gradient color and I'll make sure I have this, then just yeah, I feel that this one is too big, so I'll just send to front, then make sure I scale it down a bit. I'll just struggle and rotate it, yeah, like this. Yeah, I'm good with it. Then I'll just do something like this. Now you click on your rectangle, you go to edit. Now if you check well on our reference design, you see that this particular portion of this particular section of this rectangle was rounded. How can you really achieve that? You just go to your radius, you increase it to 100. Yeah, something like this. Then click on OK. Make sure you have this relative position to the center. Yeah, then I'll just position it downward like this. Okay, so this is what we are having. Let's see. Okay, we are really progressing. Now let's see how we can be able to achieve this shape effect here. Now you just make a duplicate of this. If you don't want to make a duplicate of this, you can go back to your shape. You can take shape, then you do something like this. Make sure you position it very well. Now on the original design, you see that this particular shape has a radius on this hard edges. These hard edges are applied a radius on these hard edges. So how can you really achieve that radius? You just go to your radius, but before we do that, let me first of all change the color. Yeah, let me first of all change the color. Good job. Now but if you check very well on the original design, you see that the first color here and the second color blends very well together. But if you check on this, you see that you notice that there's a kind of color separation here, and we don't want that. We want to achieve this same effect as seen on the original design. So how can you really achieve that kind of effect? Now you just, when you are on your gradient, you just click on this plus icon. Make sure you take this to the end, and also make sure you take this other color stopper to the end and click on OK. So that's all. That's all. Make sure you have this position. It's position here. Okay, good job. I'm cool with this. I'm cool with this. So I'm cool with this. I'll just close this layer. Okay, so now let's see how we can create this circle where we have Friday, December 6th, 2025. So you just come to, let me just first of all close this layer. Now you come to your shape, then you click on this drop down and take circle. You just make sure you position it somewhere here as seen on the original design. Now let me just change the color. For this circle, I used a solid color, so this is a color. Now I'll just share the color code with you. So when you click on any color, then you click on this plus icon, then you click on this. So this is so you can actually edit your own color code and insert this. So for the hex code, we are having 6C0066. I repeat again, make sure you write your color code using capital letters. So I repeat again, we have 6C0066. So after inserting this color code, you click on OK and OK. So this is what we are having. You click on your check mark. Now I'll just make a duplicate of this, then change the color to yellow. So duplicate, edit, then I will just scale this down a bit and position it here, then change the color. I gave it a solid color of yellow. Now let me just share the color code with you. So you click on this plus icon and you click on this. So this is where you can be able to change your color code. Now I advise that you use the hex code. This is the hex code and these are the hexadecimal color code. So with RGB, you have red, green and blue, but I will advise that you go in for the hex code, and this is the hex code. So for the hex code, we have capital FF C501. I repeat again, capital FF C501. So if you customize your own color code to this, then you just click on OK and OK. So this is what you are having. You just click now on your check mark to OK. Now let's see how we can. If you check very well on the original design, you see that there's a kind of stroke on this shape. So how can we achieve this effect? Now you just make a duplicate of this, copy, you go to your edit, then make sure you scale this up again a bit, then you come to your fill opacity. This is a fill opacity, you take it to 0, then you go to your stroke. Yeah, this is your stroke. You increase your stroke width to, you give it a stroke width of, let's say, 1 pixel. Yeah, this is it. Now you come to your stroke color, you change the color to white as seen on the original design. This is stroke color, you change it to white as seen on the original design. Good job. So I'll just make sure I position it very well like that. Now if you check very well on the original design, you see that this stroke effect is not really showing this line on this particular yellow shape, but now here we have the line which is showing on top of this yellow shape. So how can you override that kind of effect? Now you just click to override that, you just click on this yellow shape, then you take send to front, send to front, send to front. You just take to front. Good job. So that's how you can really solve that kind of problem when you are working on pixel app. So yeah, let's say we have this. Okay, now let me just first of all create this. Yeah, how can you achieve this effect as seen on the original design? For you to create this, there are many kind of ways. That is, there are several ways for you to do this. Now person A can just make a duplicate of this, and person B can just go back to shape and start creating it all over. So okay, let's just use the all over effect, the all over process. Now you click on shape, then you click on this drop down and you select circle. Now you make sure you reduce your fill opacity percent to 0. That is fill, and this is opacity. You take it to 0. That's no fill. Now you come to your stroke width. You give it a stroke width of, let's say, 40. Then you do something like this. Then make sure you change the color to white as seen on this original design. Yeah, this is stroke color. I used a solid color, not a gradient color. So when you click on this stroke color, then you click on stroke color. This is, you click on color, not gradient color. You click on solid color. Now I'll just check white. Good job. So this is white. Now you click on your check mark, then you go back to opacity and reduce the opacity of this stroke as seen on this original design. So you go to opacity, you decrease it. Let's say you give it an opacity of 40%. Yeah, I'm okay with this percentage of opacity. So I'll just struggle and scale this up again a bit, yeah, to something like this. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So now let's see how we can type all this our text on this design. Let's see how we can type it. Now I'll just go to this A icon. I'll just click on this text tool. This is the text icon. I'll click on it, then take text. So I'll click on edit. I'll type in naming. That is naming dedication ceremony. Dedication. Then I'll go to next line. For you to actually go to the next line, click on this icon. Yeah, ceremony. So I'll just type in here ceremony. Now if you check very well on the original design, see that all the words here were capitalized. And how can we really achieve that? For you to capitalize everything, you just click on this icon. This is where you can actually capitalize all the letters. So you click on it like that, then you click on OK. Yeah, this is it. Now for the entire design, I used a Montserrat font, because when I drop this particular design plus including the resources in my WhatsApp community, and a lot of people were asking me that which kind of font did I use. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, so this is my WhatsApp chat room. As I earlier told you, my name is Duran Spark, and my WhatsApp community is named Duran Spark chat room. My name is Duran. So this is Duran Spark chat room, and this person was able to create this design, but he was really confused. I don't know if it's a he or a she. Okay, but this person was confused. He or she did not know the kind of font that I use. That is why he or she was able to send a text message in this group, highlighting this font, that may I have the name of this font please. The person was asking the name of the font. So for this design, I use Poppins, I mean Montserrat, sorry, I use Montserrat for the entire design project. So you just click on your text. Now you go to where you have fonts. Yeah, this is it, font. So you click on font and you click on my fonts, because I actually downloaded the Montserrat font, and I'll make sure I drop the link to download the Montserrat font inside the description of this particular video. So you click on font, and I'll just click on search to actually search the font, because I don't want that this version of tutorial to be very long. So I'll go in for Montserrat extra bold. Okay, this is it here, Montserrat extra bold. So I'll just click on Montserrat extra bold and click on OK. So now I will use the same gradient effect that we have here. So I'll just click on color and I'll click on gradients. So I'll just click on something like this. Yeah, if this is not that more realistic, you can click on this plus icon, you take this way, and yeah, you do something like this. Good job. Now if you check very well on the original design, you see that let me just first of all increase this. Okay, then you make sure you center it. Good job. Now okay, now if you check well on the original design, see that the line spacing is not too much, while here the line spacing is too much. So how can we solve that problem? You just click to your text. When you select the text, you click to your text icon, so that you have all these options. Now you come to your line spacing, you just decrease the line spacing a bit, then struggle to scale the text up like that. So this is what we are having. I'll just add, for the case of this C, that is ceremony, it is not really showing well because the contrast and this flower on this C is not really good. So for me to make this particular C on this portion of the design, I'll just add that is shadow. Yeah, shadow, not inner shadow. I'll just add a shadow. I'll add shadow like this, then change the shadow color to white. Good job, to something like that, for you to just have a more visible text on your design. So after doing that, let's see. Okay, now let's see how we can achieve this kind of shape here. For you to achieve that, you just click on this, on your shape. You struggle and yeah, just do something like this. Okay, I feel like my line spacing is too small. Yeah, I will increase it to, let's say, a line spacing of -13. Then I'll come back here, click on edit, then change the color to this. I have it here already, and I've already shared the color code with you. Then now make sure you have a radius set to 100%. Good job, good job. Okay, so make sure you position this here. and you make a duplicate of this. You take copy, then you edit the text and type in an. We have an. Capitalize everything and hit on OK. But now if you check very well on the original design, you see that the width is small than the width of this naming ceremony. So how can we decrease the width of this particular Montserrat font? Now I'll just first of all off the shadow effect. Yes, I'll off it, because if you check very well on this original design, see that there is no shadow effect on this and text. So I'll just come to shadow and make sure I off it, then change the color from gradient color to a solid white color as seen on the original design. So I'll just come to color, then I'll give it a solid white color like that. After doing that, I'll go and change the width of the font. So I'll just click on font, then I'll come back to my font. I'll just type in Montserrat. This time I'll go in for a weight of semi bold, not extra bold. So I'll go in for Montserrat semi bold. Yeah, this is it. Montserrat semi bold. So I'll just click on Montserrat semi bold. I'll go in for Montserrat semi bold italic. So I'll go in for the italic version of the semi bold, which is Montserrat. That is Montserrat semi bold italic. Good job. So I'll just scale it down, then yeah, I'll scale it down. Okay, I'll use my positioning tool. Good job. I'll just make sure I position it very well. So we are done with this. Now let's see if we can be able to add Friday, December 26, 2023. So I'll just make a duplicate of this, then I'll type Friday, that's Friday. Okay, Friday. You just make sure you capitalize everything. Fridays, Friday, not Fridays. Then okay. Now if you check, you see that this one is this Friday text has been italicized, but the one on the original design is not italicized. So I'll just go back to fonts. Then I'll go in for Montserrat semi bold and not semi bold italic. So I'll type Montserrat. I'll use a semi bold and not the semi bold italic. So that's it. Yeah, I have something like this. I'll just make sure you position it very well. Then you make a duplicate and type in December 6th. That is DEC dot. You go to the next line and type 6th, TH. Capitalize everything and click on OK. So you just position it like this. You change the color to yellow as seen on the original design. Good job. Yeah, so I'll make a duplicate of this. I will type 2025, 2025, 2025. Please, if you are not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe now, so that YouTube will always notify you whenever I drop sweet and nice tutorial. Just like this. I don't know, at times the mouse really misbehave, so I'll just use my relative position. Then I'll use my position tool to really position. Let me just scale it so that I can be able to. Okay, yeah, so we have Friday, December 6th, 2025. Okay, just go back to your position. Yeah, we are cool with that. So after doing that, let's see how we can import the location icon. So I'll just go to object tool, and I'll take import. I'll go to the folder where I have that the location to. Okay, this is it. We have it inside our pixel lab folder. I'll make sure I drop all the resources used in this video inside the description of this particular video. I'll drop all the resources. So you just scale this down, make sure you position it very well. Okay, make sure you position it very well. Yeah, I'm cool with this, so I'll just make sure I have it positioned very well like that. Then I'll make a duplicate of this text, and I'll type in the location of this program. So edit, let me check if I have it inside. Okay, okay, I don't have it inside my clipboard. With great joy invites you to. Okay, I have this inside my clipboard. I'll just click on okay. Then I'll make sure I position this. Yeah, I'll position this. You see, with great joy. So I'll just scale it down again a bit. Okay, now I'll just yeah, this is the layer. I'll just lock it up like that. Then I'll make sure I have everything positioned very well. I'll struggle to edit this particular shape. Okay, so now I've reduced the size of this particular text. You see that the line spacing is choked up. Now just click on this icon, then go back to line spacing. Then I will do something like this. Yeah, I'll give it a line spacing of 0. That's no line spacing. Then I'll make sure I'll give it a center alignment. So I'll just go to align. I'll just take center alignment as seen on the original design. Yeah, let me just position it somewhere. Yeah, so now to create this line, this is what I will do. To create this tiny line, you use the bezier tool. So you just click on your grid, then you on this tool like this. Then you click on empty workspace like that. Then you click on object tool, then you go to bezier. So to control this bezier, you click on this icon. Under your bezier mode, you click on this icon, then you do something like this. You make sure you control it. Okay, yeah, then you go to your stroke width. You give it a stroke of 1%. Just make sure you give it a stroke of 1%. Then you change the stroke color to white as seen on the original design. Yeah, so this is it. I'll just go to, yeah, this is the stroke. Then I'll use my position tool. The reason why I'm using this position tool is because the stroke is too tiny, so it'll be kind of difficult for you to use your fingers and actually catch up the stroke and position it. That's why I'm using my position, if in case it is really disturbing me for me to move it from one position to another using the direct selection. Okay, now here I have 10 a.m. so I'll just make a duplicate of this, then I'll type in 10 a.m. So here I have 10 a.m. I have 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Okay, then I'll just click on OK. Make sure I'll put it here and give it this color, this solid color as seen on this shape. So I'll just click on color and I'll give it this solid color. I'll position it. Yeah, we just take your time and do that. And then I'll make a duplicate and type prompt 10 a.m. prompt. Yeah, I'll make sure I capitalize each of the letters. 10 a.m. prompt. Yeah, I have something like this. 10 a.m. prompt. Okay, so now we have 10 a.m. prompt. 10 a.m. prompt. So let me save this as a project so that okay, I'll give it a name, tutorial today. So tutorial today, then I'll click on OK. Yeah, this is because I don't want that this version of tutorial to be very long, so I want to go and copy all this text on the original design. So I'll just come to my project. Yeah, this is it, tutorial today. I can name it, and yeah, so I'll just make a duplicate, or I'll just click and edit, copy. Yeah, that's copy. I'll also come to this, copy. I really don't want that this tutorial to be very long. I'll click on this, I'll come again, copy, then special invitation, copy. I'll just highlight and copy the text. Then I'll come back to this icon, I'll go back to my project, I'll go back here, tutorial today. Good job. So I'll now make a duplicate of this, then I'll take edit. I'll check inside my clipboard where I have, okay, this is the church. Yeah, then I'll position it here. I'll give it left alignment as seen on the original design. That's, yeah, good job. Left alignment. We have left, center, right, and justify alignment. So now here we have RSVP. Let me just make a duplicate of this. Okay, we have RSVP. Here we have RSVP. So I'll go back to shape. I'll just scale this down like this a bit. Make sure I have it positioned here. and I'll just increase the radius to 100%, then change the color. I'm cool with this, so I'll just make a duplicate of this and type RSVP. RSVP. Yeah, click on OK. So I'll just bring it here, then change the color to black. Color, I'll give it a color of black. Then make sure I have it positioned very well. Good job. So I'll still make a duplicate of this and type in this. This is the RSVP. So just go to edit. I'll make sure I highlight everything, then check inside my clipboard. Okay, yeah, this is actually the RSVP. So when you are creating this stuff, make sure you take your time. You must not duplicate what I'm creating. You can create a more better version of this particular flyer. Okay, good job. So we are almost done. Now let's see how we can. Okay, now we have special invitation. So I'll make a duplicate of this. We have special invitation. I'll just highlight everything, check inside my clipboard, special invitation. I have it here. Now I'll just increase the letter spacing as seen on the original design. You see that the distance between S and P is kind of separated a bit, so you can use line spacing to achieve that effect. So this is my line spacing. Yeah, I'll just increase my line spacing, then make sure you position it very well. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe now for you to be notified if I drop amazing designs like this. Okay, now I'll just make a duplicate of this, then that is family of capitalize each words. Then I'll bring it here. I'll make sure I reduce the line spacing to 0. That is, I'll just undo, then increase it again a bit like this. So we have family of. Then I'll make a duplicate of this. I'll just make a duplicate. Go to edit. Okay, good job. Then I'll make sure I give this a center alignment. I'll give it a center alignment. So this is align center. I'll also make sure I change the weight of this font, because if you check very well on the original design, see that this Pastor John and Mrs. Eunice, yeah, you see that the weight is really that much realistic. So how can we ensure that we have the same kind of effects here? Now to have that, you just click on this, you go to font. Okay, you search for Montserrat, because I use Montserrat font for the entire project. So I'll use Montserrat bold and not semi bold. So I'll go in for bold. Yeah, Montserrat bold. Good job. We are almost done with this design. So let's check if we are done with this design. So I use Montserrat bowl. Let me just increase it like that a bit, then struggle to work, that is to decrease the line spacing. Okay, that's a line spacing of 6. Good job, good job, good job. Yeah, so we are almost done. In short, we are done with the design. Yeah, we are done with the design. Now how can we, let's save the design then struggle to retouch it again using Snapseed. So I'll go to save changes, and I'll also go to save as image. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe now, and make sure you don't miss any part of this video. So I'll render the image, give it some time for it to, okay, image save. Now when you have saved your image, you can actually retouch that particular design using Snapseed. So if you don't have this Snapseed application, you check that on Play Store, and if you cannot see on Play Store, you um, just send me a text message inside the comment section of this video. So you click on Snapseed, then you click on Add. So let's locate, okay, this is our pixel art folder, and this is the design. So you just take Add, and you click on this tool, you click on tool, and you go to details. Let's just increase the structure to, let's say, give it a structure of 18, sharpening of 18. Yeah, I click on OK. Now come to, let's see how we can select this model image only and increase the clarity of this model image only on this entire design. So you come to tools, you go to selective. Yeah, now you just do something like this. You select, let's say yeah, let's say a section around the model image face. So I'll just say, I'll select this, then increase the structure, the brightness, I'll give it a brightness of 7, the contrast of 6, saturation of 6, structure of 9. Then I'll just click on OK. Let me show you the before and the after. Before, after, before, after. Now I'm not done. I'll kind of work on this, just add a tune effect. So on the brightness, I'll give the brightness of 2, a contrast of 3, saturation of 2, ambience, let's say no ambience, highlight of 4, shadow of 2, let's say 3, and warmth of +1. Good job. Now let me show you the before and after. You see that our flyer design has really popped up. Wow, I love this. I'm cool with this. I'm happy with this kind of design. So when you do something like this for your client will never reject your project. So this is before, after, before, after. So when you are done setting up all these parameters, you can just take export and save. So after saving it, you just go to your photos. Okay, you take collection on this device. Yeah, this is it here. This is our design. So in summary, for this project we use Pixel Lab to create the project. We use Photoshop CC to blur all these resources. I'll also use Photoshop CC to work on this, to brush some portion of this our model image. We use Snapseed to do our photo retouch, although we also use the same Snapseed to retouch the photo again a bit, Pixel Lab to retouch the photo a bit. We will also use Snapseed to retouch the entire design project. So this is the end of this video. Please, if you are not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe now, and very soon my course is coming up. My smartphone design course is coming up, and I'll advise you that you enroll into that course. The course will just be 20,000 naira and 10,000 CFA Cameroon money. So this is the end of this video. This is the end of this particular tutorial. I'll just say bye bye. I will see you in my next video.